instructions of your spirit, connected completely to all that you are, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses in the light attribute. On the shadow attribute, it says fear of facing your own demons. Well, honey, if you got all that power, you definitely ain't had no fear about facing your demons. You said, oh, that's my demon? Hold on, come here, demon. Come here, baby. Come here, let me hold you. And of course they had to come. Of course they had to come. Because, you know, they want to feed on your energy. But they don't know that you know what you are. Ooh, that message is coming out again. But you knew what you was. Like, you're an engineer, but they thought you were a bobo to fool about it. That you didn't know nothing. Ooh, they thought you didn't know nothing about what you were. That's crazy where it cut off at. Wow. That's so crazy where it cut off at. Yo. So I put the title The Engineer in this one, hoping that you all would have hopped on. I'm going to go ahead and find the link to the one I'm on now so that I can share it. Boom. In the community. Hopefully everybody it was on gets back on. Boy, if that wasn't some trying to interfere, trying to sabotage, right when I said they don't want you to know who you are. Like, what? I almost want to hear that again. Like, Okay, I just put back. Okay. Wow. Okay. So they don't want you to know who you are. They don't want you to do what you do. Not with your control. They want you to do it. They want you to do it. They want you to do this engineer stuff. But they want to be the one to whisper it in your ear what you should do. Meanwhile, you got God over here whispering in your ear what you should do, and you ain't worried about that, okay? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So from the table, it looked like the last card was out. All this was the guide card. Hold on, let me go look at that again. See what cards. Yeah, I don't see none from this deck. So it's like it quit right before I went into this deck. There's a final card that came out over here. It don't show on there, but it's the guide card. I don't think this card is on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, they're all there. Oh yeah, there's the other one right there. So yeah, all these cards was already out on this camera on the screen. Okay, cool. That was strategy. That was strategy. Trying to, but it's like, it doesn't matter. We're back. I just shut down and reboot. It just completely shut down and reboot. And sometimes you got to do that. When they try to interrupt what you're doing, you just, baby, keep going. Pick up where you left off. Like, that's a major life lesson for somebody right here. I don't know who needs to hear that, but yeah. If it turns out to be that you get disrupted while you're doing what you're here to do, while you're on your path, doing your thing as you should be doing, as God asked you to and wanted you to, and then you get cut off, interrupted by something, just pick back up where you left off. Don't let it throw you off track. Do what you came to do. Okay? So they start gossiping and talking because you over here designing stuff. Okay, you're starting to design some stuff that's affecting them. It's affecting them. Interestingly enough, it's like Source is reaching out to you. Source is the one that's is showing you. Throw this in, add that in. Okay. So what do you have? We're going to start now with the next level of cards. What do you have? You have distant thunder. You're sensing that there's a problem over there. But remember, you're hitting it from the energy of an engineer. You sense a problem over there. You already done took demons out. You a whole exorcist up here. It's in the foundation of your reading. So you see that distant thunder over there. And you're like, oh, I know how to handle this. I know how to handle this. So what do you want, God? If it's meant for me to handle this, give me a wandering path that takes me there. Like, make sure that no matter where my path wanders, I end up there where I'm supposed to be. Because I can focus my intention on anything, but it's as if, like, that it's wise to bring the divine in on the path where you're focusing that energy. Okay, you do it benevolently, like we talked about earlier. So here you are. And this also looks like one of the channel messages we did a long time ago talked about how your higher self has a whole map. You're down here on earth trying to navigate this physical plane, but your higher self has the whole map. This is why you want to take that time to meditate, to do your spiritual practice, so you be in tune with the divine. This is why you want to begin to make sure that you don't need to turn it on and that you don't really turn it off. Like, live your authentic energy with your pure source connection. It can go with you all day long. It'll actually energize you, not drain you, if you're connecting to source as opposed to connecting to every freaking thing else. Like, that's the one thing you could, it's the plugging in, baby. You don't, the vacuum only works because it gets plugged into the electricity. And you become a vacuum. You can take in all kinds of stuff when you're connected to source energy. If you're not connected to source energy, let's say, for example, that vacuum is running on some sort of power generator. It's going to eventually run out of gas. What if it's running on a rechargeable? What's if a rechargeable device, right? We have one of those at the studio. It's awesome. As long as it's charged. With the vacuum, with the plug, you just plug right up to source. You're good. So here, the higher self is always, the highest self, your sovereign self is always connected, and it always has the roadmap. So what do you want? You want to always make sure you consult your higher self. You could even be saying, I want to talk to God first before I make this decision, before I decide if I'm going to go down this wildern path, before I decide if I'm going to do all this and that. I'm going to connect to God. Okay. Good choice. Like, now you're going to have the juice. Now the vacuum will work. Okay. Next card out was the Desert Passage. And we talked about being between a rock and a hard place. Well, honey, if I got rock walls on both sides of me, I ain't got no spelunking equipment. I don't have no picks. I ain't got no axes. I ain't got no ropes. I ain't got no spikes. Shit, I ain't even got no boots on. I got my chucks on. Or you might be saying, I got my sandals. But I'm wearing my chucks. Like, what do I look like trying to climb up? I guess I'm going straight. And so what are you doing? You're going straight. And now what do you find? You got to the desert. And then when I first pulled this card, I got gone through the desert on a horse with no name. And it's like, or are you going through the desert without a horse with no name? But really it came through like the horse is behind you taking the picture of you. Or you're the horse that's taking the picture of somebody who you're following through the desert. This is like, God's like, listen, I'm going to need you to play guide for me right quick over here, because you've been here before. You engineered a solution to this type of situation. And so I'm going to need you to come over here and play guide in this situation. You are the guide in this situation. I'm going to need you to represent me and, you know, all that we be, and then be the guide, because you've been through this. You have exorcised the demons before. You are the exorcist. You got the power. I got the power. Yeah, baby. And you got the power, and you've done this before. This is not your first rodeo. You are seasoned in this, tenured, experienced, whichever of those words you prefer. And so then the next card coming. Oh, well, hold on real quick. Back it up, baby. What you doing? You got that judge energy, desert passage. It's like you balancing the scales, and that's what was coming through. That's perfect. I'm so glad you reminded me to say it again. It's like seeking, understanding that sometimes that which goes well, just like this hand is the opposite of this hand, that's why they go well and I could do this, is not going to look nothing like you. It's not going to look nothing like you sometimes. So it's like to bring it's like neutral to, let's do some basic math here. You know your positives and your negatives, right? So if you get a plus and a minus, like if you get the same number plus and minus, they neutralize each other. If you get more negative and less positive, then you end up with a negative. If you're going to get more positive, less negative, you end up with a positive. But if you have equal negative and positive, they end up neutralizing each other, and there's zero. So there's some strong purpose in that here. How you feeling? No matter what, you're savoring your life. You're enjoying the journey. You're like, oh, yay, I'm on to my next assignment. I'm going to have some good experiences here. We'll get some more photos for the old album. Who are you? Somebody going to be talking about living in a caravan for a while, living on the road, traveling the road for a while. Okay. Cause life is a highway. I'm gonna ride it all night long. That's what somebody said. That's what I got. If you're going my way, baby, then you can come along if you're going my way. But if you're not going my way, we can't go together. That's just how it works. Cause my life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long. You said, okay. What? Passion and pleasure. It's joy. You savoring your life. Let me see. What are you talking about, baby? What are you talking about in this position? What do we have? We have traveling lightly. Exactly. Simplify your life. You're like, yeah, if you're going the same way I'm going and you can carry your own weight, you can come with me. Sure, I'm walking that direction. But no, I'm not carrying your bags. I'm definitely not carrying you. I got to carry myself and I got to carry my own bags. That's why I don't have a lot in my bags. Notice that I've emptied my bags. I only have a little tiny backpack, like a little tiny. I got my banjo. That's not even a backpack. That's a banjo. I got my banjo. That's it. That's all I got. I have nothing else. And so, yeah, I'm not going to be able to carry yours. But if you're going my way, then you can ride with me, baby. We can ride together. What do you know? This is what you're saying? Okay, traveling lightly. I've been guided to travel lightly. I've been guided not to try to bring anyone with me. I've been guided that this is more of a solo journey, a solo sabbatical. What do you know? What do you know? What do you really know? You know, mama. Mama knows. Mama knows. You know, mama knows. You know, mama knows. Let me see what we got. What do I have for you? Mama knows. Embrace enthusiasm. This is what you know. Mama knows. Embrace the enthusiasm. The more you keep looking at what excites you, what entertains you, the more life transforms, the more the energy transforms, the more the evolution occurs. Shout to the heavens with happiness. You get praise in all your days. Praise in all my days. Yes, we give him praise in all my days. Embrace the enthusiasm, baby. You travel lightly. You're not carrying more than you're meant to. You're not carrying more than you're guided to. You're going to carry yourself. You're going to be responsible for yourself. And you're going to make sure you get where you're going because ain't nothing finna weigh you down and stop you from getting to where you're supposed to be. And it's on this journey and it's enjoyable and you love it. And, you know, some people might not. At the center of this reading, this gossip card right here just looks like you're stirring a gossip. Some folks is like, oh my God, did you see what the tribe is doing? Like they really making big moves right now. All this stuff is happening over there. Oh my goodness, wow, what's going on? Let me see what is God trying to show you with the guide energy. Like I said, there's something here about you being a guide in this energy. You're going to be a guide in this energy, okay? And what do you need to know? It's an assignment, okay? The solitude. What are you going to find out? The solitude. You are a guide in this. Oh, so this is really, with that solitude card coming out, in silence, peace prevails. Again, it's giving me that energy of connecting to the higher self. So this is kind of like that same message that I got before a long time ago, talking about how we do ourselves well to consult our higher self, to do that meditation, to do that connection to. So in other words, again, the vacuum ain't going to turn on if you don't plug in. So plug into the one that's got the electricity, baby. Let the higher self, the sovereign self connection show you the map. That I heard that way you ain't spinning your wheels. Bottom of the deck is uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. That's crazy because I heard even when you're never doubt. So if you're wow, that's crazy. I just got this crazy vision of a truck in the dirt spinning its wheels. So somebody here, you've been guided to spin your wheels. And now the truck is stuck. I heard that's fantastic because what you didn't know is in spinning those wheels, you've uncovered some sort of treasure. You don't need that damn truck no more. Leave the truck there. The truck was breaking down. It wasn't running right anyways. It was an older model. And yeah, it has some sentimental attachments, but it really didn't need to have all that either. So leave it there because while you was busy spinning your wheels, you were moving the dirt, baby. You were moving dirt with that truck. You are moving all this crap up out the way. And when you go to look around the truck, what do you see? You see treasure right there. You take that treasure and it replaces anything that you walked away from. Okay. It replaces anything that you walked away from. That is really a freaking cool message. The way that just came through. I love it. Let's see what else is this message going to do. Okay. Let me get the next deck out. Oh, yes. Oh, I did shuffle all these already, didn't I? So let me see. What do you have? What do you have? What do you already have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you already have? What you have is shelter. You and you have the raw materials to build what you saw with. Like I told you, you see the problem over there. You immediately know what to do to solve it. And guess what? You have the resources to build it. You have the resources to build it. And you have a safe place in which to come up with the design, because it's giving me like you can't. They just tried to show me like what does the architect look like trying to design the new shelter in the middle of where that one just got ripped down. Like, no, you do that somewhere where it's clean, where your drafting table is clean, you got your pencils and all your materials there. You know what I'm saying? All right. So if that's what you have, you're designing this shelter, you're tapping into the resources that you have. I'm hearing replenishable resources. Okay. Yeah, because source is that. It's a source energy is a replenishable resource. Okay. All right. So mama knows something here. Let me see. What do you want in this? The ego. The ego. Okay. Want to address this ego. Oh, your ego needed a little stroking. I heard your ego could have used a little stroking. If you're a highly egotistical, if you're an egomaniac, this is not your reading. This is somebody who is very humble. I heard eats humble pie every day. There's somebody here who entirely downplays their energy. You eat humble pie every day. And the divine said, it's time for your ego to get built up some more. We need you to get a little bit of ego boost. Like that's part of your balance that you needed to achieve, because that humble pie every day, honey, is starting to taste like kale and spirulina, which according to the Rebel deck, tastes like ass. Have something good. But in this, it's like the ego. That's the way the ego is. It's like your ego has been starved, baby. Spirit is like, yeah, you need to feed your ego, baby. So we're going to have you guide this one right here. You're going to be the horse. And I heard they could call you whatever name they want as long as they call you what? Okay. Oh, because remember we were talking about the attraction in this situation. There's something you want. And your higher self is pointing it out to you. And there's something about the ego. And yes, this could be with a connection to a person or a situation or something. It lights you up. You feel all this excitement, this passion, this new love energy, this spark in you. And that's because the divine is in that for you. That means it's like God is in it. You're going to find the divine self in that. Keep going. All right. So what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Patience. 28. We'll be out this desert in a minute. Or where you just wait. It's about time you showed up. That's what I just got. As soon as I was about to say something, I heard it's about time you showed up. I've been standing here waiting. I've been saying, oh, you thought I was going to go on that long ass walk with you? No, thank you. I just flew through the multi dimensions and came to the other side type of thing. That's what I got. So it's like divine masculine. Did you finally make it? This is the energy I'm getting. Like divine masculine. Did you finally make it through that tight space between the rock and a hard place? You know, divine masculine had a guide through it, but divine feminine was like, I'm not going through that with you. That's yours to go through. I already did that crap. I now have my superpower ability, and I will just blink myself to the other side of this journey for you. I'll be on the other side waiting. It's like somebody's going on the roller coaster, and you're like, no, I'll wait when you get out. I'll take pictures. Yeah. I'll be down on the ground waiting for you to come back. I'm good. You're like, I'm going to go on the lazy river. I don't feel like a roller coaster, but I do feel like a lazy river. So while you're on the roller coaster, you're like, I'll have time to go around the lazy river. So I'm going to do that while you do that. Let's go do our own thing, because that wasn't your type of journey at that time. You had a whole different journey. You've been patient, okay? Well, divine feminine has been patient on divine masculine. That's the way that just came through. Somebody here, you would have guiding somebody through, and this lady has been waiting there, okay? So, oh, I just got a strong download from that. They said, yeah, because here's the thing. So it's like, she is waiting because she crosses your path because of this one that you're guiding. You're guiding this one. This one that you're guiding takes you down this journey. And when you get there, there's somebody that's been waiting there. And they're actually there to meet you, the guide that brought her through. Like, oh, you're the one that brought that one through the desert with the horse with no name. You're the one that brought them through the rock and the hard place in the desert passage over there. You were the one that was tapped into the divine plan. I've been waiting to meet you. It's almost like, oh, you finally got that mucka hucka who to listen to you. What the heck did you tell? I need to talk to you someone. Come here, have a sit. Let's have a drink. Put something on the stove, baby, because we're going to have this conversation. I need to know, how did you get them to do this? That's the energy. How you feeling? It's like, oh my God. Everybody's wondering, how did you get them to do this? How did you get them to do this? Because you could, like they say you could take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Okay, but there's this energy here of you help somebody get through the desert. And now they want to know, how did you do it? They talking, and you can, it's like, oh, that's a little bit different. Well, and then you're telling them, like, I did it because of passion and pleasure. Like, I did it because my love was real. Okay, I did it because my love was real and invincible. And I know that nothing could take me out. As long as I do things for love, I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to win. My mother used to say, you have to be careful about who you falling in love with. You just fall in love. It's so easy. She was right. It is my greatest weakness, but it is my greatest strength. And since I know it's my weakness, I know what to do with it. I became the master of it, and which made me invincible, you're saying to yourself. And this is how you feel. So you can go for your passion and your pleasure. Let's give them something to talk about. So you know this passion and pleasure will take you down a windy path, but you also know that every time you go down this windy path, you keep uncovering treasure. You go down this windy path, you spin your wheels a while over here with these different ones that you've been spinning your wheels within. What do you find? More treasure in yourself. I heard in yourself. And more treasure in life, more experiences. Let me see what you're talking about. Talking about the love of the universe that constantly wrap around you. Yeah. You talking about a warrior. I'm holding out for a hero to the end of the night. Okay, the hero song came through, but yeah, the warrior. You're a warrior. You're like, I'm the warrior you've been waiting on. My daddy taught me all about battling these energies. You're like, my daddy was a warrior before I was a warrior, and I learned from my daddy to be a warrior. Somebody's like, I had a great teacher. Maybe somebody wasn't their daddy, but somebody's like, I had a great mentor. The universe taught me how to deal with those low vibrational energies and solve those problems over there. When I see distant thunder, I see the solution too. And then I have an engineer brain. So the universe gave it to me. God gave it to me. I could cut through all sorts of issues and difficulties and challenges and stuff like that. This is what I came for. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Let me see what you know, tribe. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know that you could share with us? Let me see. What do you know? And dedication is where it's at, baby. As long as you stay dedicated to that path, you said, tribe said it, honey, all you got to do is be consistent. As long as you stay dedicated to the path, eventually you'll get it. Keep practicing, keep showing up to practice, keep showing up for training, keep showing up for these mock experiences, keep showing up for sparring, keep showing up for challenges. Keep doing it over and over and over again. You're going to get really good at it the more you do it. You know that? Oh, and because it's like the transformation gets easier. Transformation gets easier as you keep doing it. And every time, it's like every time you do it, then another butterfly, another flutterby. That's what I was trying to say the first time. And then I corrected myself. But then they said, no, say it. Another flutterby gets to be free. Another flutterby gets to be free. How many flutterbys have you released from captivity is what I just heard. Okay. What God is trying to tell you something. What is God is trying to tell you something? What do we have for you? Okay. It says loyalty, 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 loyalty. Yeah. I love your loyalty. This is why I adorn you. This is what let my love adorn you, baby. Okay. This is why the spirit is like, this is why you are adored, because your loyalty. Oh, snap. I love. I had to text myself a reminder, and look, I still forgot, but the DJ brought it back. Because the elephant, I was sitting in preparation for this reading. I was sitting in meditation for this reading. Well, I was sitting having my smoke break before the meditation for the reading. So all that is true. But while I was having my smoke break before my meditation, before this reading, I was sitting there and I saw the elephant and its restraints. So if you didn't know, people who train elephants, one of the first things they do with little tiny baby cute elephants is they tie them with the rope by their ankle to a stake in the ground because they're little tiny babies. They can't do nothing. They're too little. They're babies. They can't pull nothing out. It's going to stay there in the stake. They try. They struggle against it. Eventually, they freaking give up on trying to break it because they didn't have the power to do it. But time passes. The little tiny cute little baby elephant becomes a big giant monstrous elephant, and now they got to be careful because, you know, if they treat that elephant wrong, it will fucking kill them. But the elephant still doesn't know that it can leave because it's never tried, because it gave up when it was a little tiny baby elephant and didn't have the power. But now it's full size. Now the elephant can pull a fucking car if it wants to, much less a little bitty stake out of the ground. But the adult elephant will stay there because it feels that ankle on its, it feels that chain on its ankle, that rope, whatever it is, on its ankle, attached to the stake. That's all it will take, because the elephant will not try to go. Because when it was little, it tried to go and it didn't work, and it just exhausted itself and gave up. So there's something here in loyalty. This elephant is not chained, tied, or restricted in any sense of the word. So there is a strong message here about don't give up trying to break them binds, baby. You keep on going. Keep on going. Keep moving forward. Stay loyal to that path. Don't quit. Don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever quit. Keep it rolling. Keep it moving. You got to be loyal to the path. The Spirit's going to show you how it was because you were loyal to the path that you became the guide. You did it for yourself on your own in solitude. This is key. That's what put you in a position to be used by the divine as a guide with this engineering ability to create beautiful solutions to the problems that exist out there. Yeah. Like that redistribution of wealth and power. And like the powers that were. And like en español, en vez de decir por nada, dice por amor, mi amor, dile por amor. En vez de decir por nada. See, in Spanish, when somebody tells you thank you, instead of saying you're welcome, you say por nada, which literally translated means for nothing. For nothing. Instead of saying thank you. It's like saying, oh, it's nothing. And that's a common, oh my God, and that's a common American saying, English saying, right? And so, yeah, in Spanish, it was like, instead of saying for nothing, why don't you say for love? And then what would that do to our reality? So likewise, in English, instead of saying, well, it was nothing, just say, oh, it was all love. What will that do to our society? This is what we're talking about when we talk about somebody who sees the problem over there and has the ability to engineer a solution. Like, that's the type of hit it on the nail on the head. Let's get an all-encompassing solution that touches everybody's life, makes it beautiful. Bottom of the deck is a gift. Yeah, because you have a gift. This engineering ability is a huge gift. This engineering ability is a huge gift. Somebody is sitting there saying, my brain don't work like that. Well, maybe they're just talking about my presence in your life, because mine surely does. Okay. And I'm not the only one. Are you an engineer? Put it in the box. Okay. Like today, even, they're showing me something else that I did before I got live on this. I put a poll on the community tab. You'll have to go check it out. But it was a form of engineering. It was a form of engineering. So let's see what else we have coming out for you. We have already pre-shuffled these cards. So show me now what you have, what you have, what you have. What does the tribe have in this Tarot in the Shadows episode? The warrior. That now, baby, hold on. You got the warrior twice. Warrior, I am the warrior. I don't know that song. That's all I know of that song. But we got the warrior. We got two warriors, honey. What do you have? The warrior. What you talking about? The warrior. The warrior you was talking about showing up. This is the warrior you was talking about showing up. When the warrior you talking about shows up, there's going to be some distant thunder, honey. There will be some distant thunder. Somebody here, the warrior, is going to show up, and they're not going to be able to get a place because there will have been some sort of event, and somehow they're going to work themselves into your life, into your situation, and they're going to be at your place, is what I just got. Okay, that's what I just got. So that is literal or symbolic. Put something in the comments. Fill me in. Let me see. What do you desire in this? What do you want? What does the tribe want or desire in this? The warrior is here, baby. The warrior is here. Does it say heart to heart we stand? Okay, because I am the warrior. That's what I know it says. Okay, so what do you want? What do you desire here? We have the high priest of fire, and we have the high priestess of fire, and we have lust. You want that? Interesting. I was trying to catch one card, but there one really wanted me to keep both of them. So you want to inspire lust, you want to inspire desire. Okay, your desire is a strong desire. You want to get that satiated. Okay, let me see. What are you doing about this? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing is denial. You wanted to satiate, but you're like, no, maybe I better not. Okay. All right. What are you doing? You're experiencing a denial. So you've been down this. Somebody here, hey, it's been dry for a long time for you. You keep getting denial. Like, okay, I'll just wait. Because there's balance here. The judge energy holding those skills, because there's balance here, and because source asked you to just wait. So let me see. In how you're feeling, what do we have? Deceit. You lied to me. You lied to somebody, saying you lied to me. What? Deceit. Somebody here is not showing up as who they truly are, and you're invincible. I feel like this is who you're coming up against. This is who you're coming up against. That's what I feel like. Like somebody a little dark, sexy, edgy, cutthroat. Like, oh, I have no problem slicing your neck. Yeah, that's what she looks like. Somebody that's deadly. Somebody that's deadly. You're enjoying your life. You're invincible. And here comes, and this is like the arrow. This is the target, is this deceitful one. You're here to expose the grand deceiver. You're exposing the grand deceiver. That's what I just got. Okay. What are you talking about? You're a word warrior. You're not just a word smith. You're not a word magician. You're a word warrior. Like, you use your words to do battle on the spiritual plane with the physical world. It's interesting the way you work. Let me see. Show me more. What you talking about? What you talking about? You're a warrior. Show me more. What you talking about? Somebody wants to stroke your ego, all right. Okay. What you talking about? I win. Success. The certificate of completion. You're like, yep, I did that. I did that. Now I could take that off my list and travel more lightly. I had guidance through the whole thing. I can guide you too. Okay. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know is wishing. What do you know? This is giving me sun card energy. It's like, what you know is you go in and you illuminate. You illuminate. And you know that there's a strong connection with those who you can illuminate. Like, if you can't illuminate, Spirit's not going to turn you on. God's not going to turn you on. In other words, if you don't have the ability to spark thought that is different, to spark energy that is different within another, this spark of your heart is not going to ever get jumping. That passion ain't going to flow for that. If that passion is flowing, that's because you have the ability to spark that over there. You don't have to wish it. That's just automatic. That's something that you know. And every time it happens, it's like each of these butterflies is somebody where this one had loved. It makes me think of this person's tattoo. It talks about 1,000 loves. That's the tattoo. It says 1,000 loves. And it's like with these different butterflies, these are different ones that she's loved and let go of. Like, but when it's like they break free, her love helps them in some sort of way. It breaks them free because she's got the solutions. It breaks them free so they can fly. They come out of their cocoon under her influence. It's like she's the power of the sun. And apparently they need the power of the sun, is what I'm hearing, to be successful in the cocoon. There's a certain amount of energy that they derive from the sun. I don't have no scientific evidence to back this. I haven't researched it. I've never read about it. Put it in the comments if you can confirm it, because I might have to go Google that if the DJ brings it back. But let's see. Yeah, there's something here about the power of the sun was necessary for this transformation to happen. And your love and your intense focus is like the power of the sun, because you're plugged into pure source energy, again, with the vacuum. What is God is trying to tell you? Something. It's the cycles. Yeah, appreciate the cycles. What comes must go. What lives must die. There are cycles in this. It's just the way it works. And so at the end of the day, stay true to yourself, because you're the only ride or die. You really, this loyalty cycles and solitude right here. This is what this row is telling me. It's saying stay true to yourself. Love yourself completely, because at the end of the day, you're the only ride or die you're going to have. Everyone else is a side piece. You never know how long they're going to stay. But every time you take that opportunity, anyways, even knowing that they'll go away, to love, to open your heart and to love, you create an energy in somebody's life that opens their heart to love in a way that they needed. And that's why you two had this chemical attraction for each other. Doesn't mean that they were going to stay, though. Yeah. Bottom of the deck here is differences. Exactly what I meant. Don't be surprised if your person is not like you. Light attracts dark very well, and dark attracts light. Why? Because that what we were talking about, positive and negative numbers and neutralizing one another. Like you can help to calm them down. They help to hype you up. Where you need an ego boost, they're good for that. Where they need some love and light in their life, you're great for that. Where you need to have fun and cut loose and let your hair down, they're great for that. Like this is differences that come in to create balance. Let your differences offset each other's deficiencies. Let your abundance offset your partner's deficiencies. Like it's beautiful. It's actually really freaking beautiful. We haven't pulled any tarot cards yet, and I feel like it's time. Oh yeah, I remember which deck I wanted to use too. I saw the Sugar Skull deck for our tarot deck, and we haven't pulled it. We hadn't even selected it, so we definitely haven't shuffled it. So we're gonna do that right now. But let's put this up here and let's get some shuffles for this tarot in the shadows, connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart, and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and spirit. And connecting the spirit and body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. And connecting the spirit and the spirits. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Divine truth, let us see, speak, and hear with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity for our beloved brothers and sisters of humanity, for their highest, lightest, and brightest good, for their overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, praise in all our days. All right. What do you have? What do you have in this energy? You have the Queen of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, you got passion, you got creativity, you got spunk, kid, you got spark, you got that sex appeal. Won't you whip it on me? Okay. You got a suitor. You have a suitor coming for your attention. You have a connection between a masculine and a feminine energy. You have joy. Okay, we just gonna name her Sunshine. Okay, we just gonna call her Sunshine. Yes, just like the movie. Her name is Sunshine, and she got the dude coming to her. And you know what? He's the bad dude, but she could ride in all the places. He's a bad dude. That dude is not a good guy. But Miss Sunshine over here, she can deal with him and deal with good people too. So what do you want in this? You have Miss Sunshine. Okay. What do you want in this? The Eight of Cups. You want to go towards fulfilling your wish. You want to come out of the dark night of the soul for somebody. You want to walk away from anything that's not your business is what you really want. If it's not my business, I don't want to be involved unless I get the divine mandate. If I get a divine request, I will fulfill that. But other than that, I'm just going to keep going towards my wish fulfillment. I'm going to go towards my fulfillment of my purpose, my hopes, my dreams, my desires. I'm going to go live in my highest, most authentic self and most highest vibrational timeline. And that's what you really want. Okay. So what are you doing? Let's see what you're doing. You want Eight of Cups. You want to mind your own business, what you really want. But God's like, no, I need you to take this path. So you're like, fine, I'll go. Okay. So what are you doing? What are you doing about it? Is the Page of Wands. Okay, it's good news. You're not saying, oh, okay, I'll go. You're like, yay, okay, cool, I'm on my way. That's what this page one is saying. I'm on my way, like an obedient child. But you might bullshit around on your rocking horse before you get on your real horse and go for a minute. You're like, I really want to go. I really want to go get on my horse and actually go. I want to get in the car and go. However, I'm just going to sit here and think about it first. I got to prepare my head for the new task at hand. It's good news. I'm ready. I'm ready to go and do this mission. However, I just need to gather my thoughts first. I need to make a plan. Okay, so this is what you're doing. You're making a plan about going through this desert. Okay. You're making a plan about going through this desert where there has been denial and you have been patient, but there's balance in it. So let me see what you're feeling. What you're feeling is the Knight of Swords. Honestly, in your heart, you're like, I'm on my way. And so there's part of you that really wants to go. And that's exactly why you're slowing down to sit and think about a plan first. You know what? Because I'm feeling so there's this part of you that wants to just go right now. Go. Not pack no bags, not think about credit cards or plants or dogs or food or anything. You just want to get in your car and go. Well, you can't do that. What about your toothbrush? What about a shower? Do you have money to eat when you get there? What are you going to eat on the road? What road do you take? Like, there's a lot of things you need to figure out before you just jump in the car and go. You're going to be feeling like you want to just run it. When you get this news, because it's really good news, but you're like, hold on, okay. Your mommy could be saying, you know what, you could do it tomorrow because mama knows. If your mama's saying, don't do it, look, just you need to rest. You can plan this tomorrow when you're on a full strength of brain because you haven't worn yourself down all day. That's what I just heard, on full strength of brain. I don't know why your mama talked to you like that. But anyways, mama knows. So there's something here about this. You could be dealing with somebody who has teased you because of this patience card and this denying. That's what I'm getting. And it's a false match. But it's like you got to go through all these false matches before you get your true match. That's what you have a belief of. You believe that, or it's like God's got another mission for you before we retire you with your dream partner. We're going to need you to take out one more demon, baby. Does that mean it's the last one? No, they didn't say that. They just said we're going to need you to take out one more demon, baby. So let me see what you're talking about. You're talking about the 4 of Swords, but I was on break. I'm just chilling and healing. Just give me 4 more hours. I'm going to sleep for 4 hours and then I'll go. Yeah, because you're like, I already did this 4 times. You're like, I already did this 4 times. I got to do it again. Are you kidding me? I got to do another low vibrational soulmate to raise their vibration, to turn on their heart light again. And it's like, okay, let me just get a good night's sleep and then I'm on my way. Because you've had success at it before. Okay. Let me see. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? So there's a strong message here too of, I don't care what the situation is. It's okay for you to say, you know what, I'll get back to you tomorrow or next week. Or else you could even say, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Okay, 5 of Swords. What do you know? 5 of Swords. Okay, yep. And that's the energy of this card right here. I had not seen it yet. You watched the whole thing there on camera. And it just said, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Yes, because you couldn't ties. Couldn't lose. Couldn't be losses here. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll just stay here. All right. What they want to show you. What they want you to know. What little source God wants you to know. What your higher self wants you to know. What is on the map that you don't know about yet. They're trying to show you something about loyalty, and some cycles of loyalty and solitude and the guide and the 8 of Wands. Oh, honey, you have shot off too many arrows of desire to pull back now. Like, you're going down this path. It's like once you jumped out of the airplane, honey, rip your parachute string because you're going to fall until you hit the ground. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. And yes, that's the truth. This was your intention. You win. You get exactly what you wanted. But, you can't call it quits after you jumped out of the plane. There's no calling it quits once you've jumped out of the plane. And that's the energy that I'm seeing here for you. So I want to thank you all for being tuned in, tapped in, turned on for this episode of Tarot in the Shadows. I'm going to pull a closing message for you from the Spiritual AF Inspirational Cards. Let's see. What is the perfect message that ties a pretty bow on this episode of Tarot in the Shadows? Please and thank you for the love and peace and happiness. Try it. It says, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, you shouldn't say it to yourself. Check your thoughts with this simple test. When you catch yourself being a jerk, respond the way you would if someone was saying that shit to your BFF. A simple, bitch, please, usually does the trick. Today, say as many bitch pleases to yourself as you need to shut your jerk down. Well, now that makes me have questions. I can't finish and leave this reading here. I need to answer these questions that are in my brain now about this reading. Because now that makes me want to say, so God has asked you to be a guide to somebody. What you saying no, you just ain't going to do it. But you shot off arrows of desire. You had asked God for something, and this is part of the path to get it. What the fuck? Are you going to do it or not? These are, I guess I'm going to leave the questions with you. Are you going to do it or are you going to run from it? Say, no, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. I'm chilling and healing. It's so peaceful over here. I really don't want to do it again. And so, you know that if you quit, you're going to be giving up all the dedication you've had thus far. It's like you've been dedicated to this path. And I'm hearing, do you still want to be dedicated to this path? And somebody said, hell no, we won't go. Hold on. I'm going to get this. So I'm going to pull the Delos Tarot. And I'm going to get an oracle card. For those, okay, what you can expect. And I'm going to get the cue cards is what I'm feeling. Delos Tarot and the cue cards. What you can expect if you say yes to this opportunity and what you can expect if you say no to this opportunity. All right. So, and we're going to do this a little bit differently than we did all the others. Okay. What if they say yes and what if they say no? Show me the answer, the perfect message. This one for yes. And now one card for no. Okay. And if you should say yes, we're going to do the same thing with the tarot. Okay. So, what if they should say yes? What if they should say yes? And then what if they should say no? So we're looking for two cards in that order. Okay. If they should say yes. If they should say no. No. Yes, this is the no answer. Okay. That totally just confused somebody. All right. If you should say yes, the cards for you are the fork in the road and the hermit. Wow. Interesting. If you should say yes, the cards are the fork in the road and the hermit. If you should say no, what you can expect is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and pack your bags. Oh. So by saying no, it's like your life elevates and takes off. If you go and say yes to this opportunity and go, it ends up getting divided anyways and you end up on your own. So this is the message I have for you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.